privilege of supporting. And we discussed that program at length and explore opportunities for us to support the government of Gambia introduce a similar program in Gambia.
The Vice President and delegation also met with the United Nations Fund for Population Affairs boss, Dr. Babatunde Osotimehin, who, after a lengthy meeting with ministers from the various sectors who briefed him on their respective portfolios, assured them of his organization's continuous support to the development aspirations of the Gambia. Dr. Osotimehin assured Dr. Njai Seidi that the UNFPA will help the Gambia with all its development goals and targets. The delegation was later hosted to a breakfast meeting presided over by the UNFPA boss before the commencement of the last part of the meeting to analyze the draft document. For GRTS News, I am Asitomane. Russian tour operator Dmitry Gordendeski and 11 sales agents are visiting Banjul to explore investment opportunities and the huge potential that exists in the tourism sector. Samuel Ba reports the team from St. Petersburg-based company called Winds of Wanderings have links with African countries.
That was Gambia Bird making its way to Banjul with some Russian tour operators in what could be described as great efforts by tourism officials and their partners in selling destination Gambia. Russian tour operators there led by Dimitri from Wind of Wanderings tour company set to meet their Gambian counterparts at the foot of the aircraft. The Russian market has for some years been untapped by tourism officials. This could be a thing of the past, thanks to the efforts of Lian Sala and Pa Ibu, a Gambian based in Russia.
I got in touch with a Gambian man called Pa Ibu, and he's a very good Russian-speaking person. He lived in Russia, and he came to me asking if I could help him with finding a Russian tour operator interested to come and help with setting it all up. So that's how I got in touch with Dimitri, and since March this year, and since then we have been communicating.
The development could be the first step in tapping the tourist potentials of a destination that finds interest in what the Smiling Coast has to offer. Officials of the hospitality industry already have a lineup of activities for their visitors.
My hopes is that the Russian market is finding this side of the world, because we have a lot to offer and it's not too far away.
Dmitry Gorodensky is the head of delegation from Wind of Wanderings tour company in St. Petersburg, Russia.
We have 11 persons with me. They are my sales agents from all over Russia, from Moscow, from cities of Siberia and Urals. So we have come here to see the Gambia and its tourist potential.
Speaking about the Russian market, Dmitry told GRTS that Russian tourists prefer a combination of leisure, including beach rest, beach hotels and excursions. With his vast experience of Africa, Dmitry is hopeful that Russian clients will choose destination Gambia, which is an emerging destination with many potentials.
Gambia is emerging, and the tourism is emerging, and I am sure that Russian clients who like to travel a lot all over the world, in many African countries as well, they will choose Gambia as a new destination.
Tourism officials applaud the new partnership seeking to unlock the potentials of the Russian market, especially during the green season. The Gambia Tourism Board have explored Poland. Attention is now shifting to Russia, which has a larger market.
By having the Russian market, it will actually help us even to solve the problem that we are currently facing when it comes to the green season. And as Ali been mentioned by Dimitri, that they are looking for leisure excursions and good hotels, and we all have that in this country. So I guess this is a stepping stone to our focus to actually intensify our position in the Russian market.
These visitors are already having a taste of enticing cultural performances, a gist of what to expect in the coming days. A delegation of one of Russia's leading tour operators and experienced sales personnel in marketing different destinations. With their help back home in Russia, destination Gambia could surely hit the limelight. Samuel Ba, GRTS.
Hundreds of families who could not afford the cost of sacrificial rams have been touched by the generosity of their fellow Muslims who live thousands of miles away. The gift of 500 cattle was provided by members of the Turkish organization Samiatul Hayr alongside their German Muslim brothers who are of Turkish descent. Modu S. Jallo covered one distribution exercise and he now reports.
Relief organization on the eve of Tobaski brought much relief and smiles to the faces of thousands of Muslims by distributing 500 cattle to Muslims all over the country. With more than a decade of rendering service in the Gambia, Jamiatul Khair Relief Organization has been offering assistance in various forms to Muslims in the country. Partnering with some German Muslims of Turkish descent, the organization has over the years made this Tobaski distribution a priority of its numerous interventions in the Gambia. 500 heads of cattle was bought for this year's Eid al-Adha and distributed in different regions of the country on the eve of this very important Muslim feast. This was the scene at the Abuko Abattoir as hundreds of beneficiaries lined up to receive their share of the gift. One by one they signed before receiving and heading off with their gift. The cattle, it must be noted, were not given to individuals but to mosques and madrasas across the country. The distribution was presided over by the organization's country coordinator, Musa Jallo, who explains the reason behind the cattle distribution.
As part of our obligation as Muslim, we are doing this to facilitate some of our colleagues from Germany. It's a main organization from Germany called Hassan IGMG. They are Muslim brothers. For the past years, they have been coming here rendering such wonderful gesture. And then this thing, it emanates from, there are Muslims staying in Germany. So they realize that they cannot distribute their Tobaski, their Kurbani to people. And they decide to organize themselves and then come along with an idea of bringing their Tobaski to us. And for the past years, we have been benefiting from this.
Similar distributions were also held simultaneously in other regions across the country.
This year, our organization, we were able to go into many regions. We are in Nyamina, almost nearly 50 cows going to be distributed there today and tomorrow. And we are also in Jarasoma, and then we are also in Kiang, Kuinala, where we have a distribution center. We are in Badibu, Mintekunda area, and also we are in Jokadu. Also the area here, KMC, and then West Coast region. We are in all these places.
So in total, how many cattle are you distributing?
Nearly over 500 cattle we are distributing.
Ustaz Bite Welingara, Abubakar Dabo of Sanchaba Sule Job, and Imam Muhammad Aliu Jallo of Kololi were among scores of beneficiaries who received their cattle on behalf of their respective mosques or schools. The three imams were united in thanking the donors, noting that the gesture would bring much relief to families with difficulties to affording the Tobaski sacrifice. The cattle, they said, would be slaughtered and the meat distributed to those in need. The Supreme Islamic Council was represented by Alhaji Cherno Dabo, who joined the beneficiaries in praying for the organization. Caring and sharing, he said, is one of the values of the Islamic religion and one of the attributes of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. The cleric urged the Muslim Ummah to emulate the benevolence of Jamiatul Khair and help one another. Adnan Salam represented the organization's German partners, and he cited the country's peaceful atmosphere as the main motivation, which prompted them to offer help to fellow Muslims in need. He also cited the numerous interventions his organization is doing, such as construction of wells, distribution of food items, and caring for orphans, among others. While Eid al-Adha or Tobaski might have passed, but with the prices of Tobaski rams well beyond the means of the many, one thing is certain: this gesture by Jamiatul Khair and their German Muslim brothers surely brought joy to thousands of Muslims who might have either found it hard to afford a ram or spare them from parting with thousands of dollars. Modes Jallo, GRS News.
That report by Modu S. Jallo takes us to our first break. We'll be right back.
Youth in Action present Talent Hunt Live Show. See over 50 young talented youths performing live on stage, ranging from singing, dancing, modeling, acting, public speaking, instrument playing. Up to $50,000 is to be won. Date Saturday, 14 September 2013. Reform Club, MDI Road, semi-final. Live GRTS, 5th of October 2013. Grand final, 18 October 2013, Paradise Suite Hotel. Ticket